What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Playmaker Way with the playbook. Hope you're having a great day, morning, or evening. And y'all read the title, man. $9,000 made using the supply and demand. Now, obviously, the amount you make depends on how much you risk, but this title is dedicated to one of my students that made $9,000 off GJ buys by simply following my signals as well as my teachings. Here's the screenshot right here. Been taking GJ buys since Sunday night. You see the screenshot, and you see the screenshot of the P&L, and he says PMW in the playbook is the truth. So special shout out to my boy, you know who you are. And this was the GJ setup we was talking about right here. Now he said he was taking trades since Sunday night, so he must have watched my Sunday chart analysis. Been in buys since here, but we jumped to the buys at the beginning of London session, and as you can see here, this was a beautiful 1-to-5 risk reward ratio setup, meaning whatever you would have risked, you would have made 5 times that amount. So if you would have risked $100, you would have made $500. If you would have risked $1,000, you would have made $5,000 off this one trade alone. And not only did I take this setup, but you already know I had to make sure my members and students caught this setup as well. As you can see, we're in advanced play signal. We go to the date May 12th. You see the trade entry SL, the time we enter the trade. You see the TPs getting hit. You see the reactions, and we go back to the GPJPY chart. You see the same exact date, Monday, May 12th. So again, we really do this over here. So be interested in taking signals with me in real time. Make sure to go hit that link in the description and join the advanced play signal room, y'all. Don't want to miss out on these trades. Just hit that first link in the description, join the free signal, free telegram, then scroll your way up to the beginning of the month, May 2nd. You can see we did the recap of last month. Last month, April, we caught a total of 68,765 pips. And in the month 16 and 1, only took one loss last month, giving us a 94% win rate. All you got to do is click this blue highlighted. It's going to take you to the beginning of April. We do recap the week at the end of every week, recap the day at the end of every day. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down why we went for buys and how you can catch a similar setup just like this one. So the first thing I always tell the members and students you need to do before you take any setup is you need to identify the trend. Now, you don't just need to identify the trend on any time frame, you need to identify the trend on the bigger time frames. Now, we're not trading on the bigger time frames, we're simply just identifying the trend on the bigger time frames. And the reason for that is because that's how price moves. Looking at price on the smaller time frames is only going to explain what price is doing at that exact moment. However, looking at price on the bigger time frames explains to you what price has been doing and the direction it's going. Both are important, but both are used for two completely different things. So when we go into the price action technical analysis playbook, works in stocks, forex, options, or crypto, you want to get your book, go into the comment section, click that link in the comment section. But when we go to the rules of the uptrend, it says in order for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which will give us a new higher high. We also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. So when we look at GPJPY, we see we have clear bullish momentum, which is why we're going for the rules of the uptrend. And we can see here that this was the previous high, right? We had this higher high, and then we have price retrace. So with uptrend continue, we have to break this resistance level and hold it as support like we saw price do in the past. So since we saw price end the last week on Friday holding this low as support, and we see that we have clear bullish momentum, that means we only want to look for buys. It's very, very, very simple. We don't chase price, we follow the flow of price. One thing I always tell members and students in the one-on-one sessions in the course is if everything's showing you buys, only go for buys. If everything's showing you sells, only go for sells. So now that we know what trend we're in, now that we know what we need to look for, this is when we mark off our key price levels. Boom. Now that we got our key price levels marked off, now is when we go into the smaller time frames to look for our retest confirmations and look to see where we're going to enter at. So again, you want to enter buys off support levels. You want to enter sells off resistance levels. So with this case, well, we had a gap when markets opened, right? So we had a gap when markets open. So when markets opened Sunday night going into Monday, we saw price do this. So in this case, we either want to look for buy here if price can hold this level as support, or see if price can break just like here, break this resistance level and hold it as support. And if price can do that, then we're going to look for a buy setup here. So when we hit the play button, because again, we go live every day, London session 3 a.m. EST, we go to London session, we saw volume kick in quickly, right? We saw volume explode into the markets quickly and abruptly. Again, we wanted to see price hold this low as support. So when we go here, we can see price not only broke this low, but retested held as support. After we saw price hold this low as support, that's when me and the members hopped in. All we had to do was wait for volume to kick in. And as you can see, the rest was history. It's that simple, y'all. You follow the flow of price after you identify the trend. You only go for buys in uptrend. You only go for sells in a downtrend. You enter buys off support. You enter sells off resistance, and you let the markets do all the work. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below any questions, comments, concerns you may have. Make sure to hit that first link in the description and join the free Signal, free Telegram, y'all. Y'all seen how we've been doing. We were going absolutely crazy this year and last month. If you're interested in learning how to identify these levels, my Signal service and mentorship programs, make sure to hit those links in the description. But before you make a decision, let me tell you a little bit about those details. Advanced Play Signal, we trade Tokyo session exclusively with the members. We trade London session and then New York. Just like the Sunday chart analysis I drop in the free Signal, I drop one every day during New York session called the New York Price Watch List. This is where I go over the trades we took during Tokyo session, London session, and possible sells going into New York. I don't just say we're looking for buys or looking for sells. I explain why we're looking for buys, why we're looking for sells, and then I take it a step further and go over key price points to look for entries and exits on. As you can see here, I call this Signal. You see I'm walking y'all through what's going on with the trades we're in. I'm giving y'all updates to what I talked about in the New York Price Watch List. And then of course you see me showing y'all screenshots to visually show y'all what's going on behind the scenes, or what I see on my end behind the scenes. All right, we also have exclusive live streams that we go live during New York news events at least twice a week. And just like the London session lives, if you missed the live, they're recorded and posted in here so you can watch them when you get a chance. You have access to over 500 videos of daily chart analysis and weekly live streams. And in fact, you have access to even the ones last year in 2022. Then there's also the pinned messages like the account size key, the student and member group chat, and much more. Now I also have the course, of course. The course doesn't just teach you my trading strategy, it also teaches you how to read the charts, because that's what I teach y'all. You saw I had no indicators, no trend lines. It's simply just market flow and trading and entering and exiting off key price levels. Now all the stuff that I just went over, you get access to all that stuff in the course channel. So that way, not only do you have the step-by-step playbook of how to look and read any chart at all times, but you have ongoing chart analysis, ongoing education for life. Now I also have one-on-one sessions. One-on-one sessions also comes with access to the Advanced Play Signal room and the student member group chat. That way you can earn while you learn, but then you also get 2 sessions a week that are recorded an hour long, but you also get 2 sessions a week that are recorded in an hour long and they're sent to you the same day. Those are yours to keep for life. So if you're interested in that, hit those links in the description. If y'all want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram at playmaker_way. Also make sure to follow me on there, and TikTok _playmakerway_. I post daily on both pages. And I'll see y'all next time I'm live or next time I post a video. Peace. We out.